I think my experience at Sanford has helped shape me into the leader that I am today by showing me that sometimes leadership isn't about doing the big flashy thing. I think the leadership that Terry Sanford himself especially embodied was the idea that sometimes making change at a smaller level is the pathway to bigger change. My name is Abigail Bergan and I'm one of the winners of the Terry Sanford Leadership Award. So when I came to Duke, I started getting involved in the program in American Grand Strategy. From there, the ball just kept rolling.
I'm curious about if there's any lessons that we can draw from these case studies that, in your opinion, sort of influence how we see cyber or AI.
I think the most tangible thing that started my engagement with the military was sophomore fall. Sitting next to me in class on the first day was a guy who looked way too old to be an undergrad from my 19-year-old perspective. That was one of our Counterterrorism and Public Policy Fellows. His name was Bob. He has since become an incredible mentor and friend. And I realized that I felt really comfortable interacting with this group of people and asking questions, but I also knew I wasn't the only one who was interested in national security but didn't have a military background. And so I realized it could feel a little intimidating to approach them and ask what might seem like a dumb question. And so they started setting up these lunch opportunities. They were small group lunches, and it was a group of about 5 or 6 students that would sit down with the Counterterrorism Fellows. Lunches with the Counterterrorism Fellows doesn't seem like the most earth-shattering thing ever, right? And it's really easy to downplay that and say, it's okay, I was just organizing a couple of people to have lunch in Woo every now and again. But the follow-on effects of that have created much more of an impact. And so I think Sanford has especially taught me about the importance of scalable leadership.
It's been a real pleasure to work with Abigail and get to know her over the course of this past academic year. I first met her when I came to the university. She interviewed to be one of my research assistants. And then I also got to see her in one of the classes that I co-teach with Dr. Peter Fever. And so she's been tremendous. Her knowledge, her experience, and just her natural leadership. And so it's been a real joy to work and know Abigail.
Abigail is a great student who I've had the pleasure of teaching over many years and have had the chance to watch her grow and develop as a leader. She's curious, she's bright, she's smart, and interested in making change, right? In learning more about how the military works as an institution, creating opportunities to connect her fellow students to the Counterterrorism and Public Policy Fellows who come to Duke to create those bonds that really help our students and Abigail's peers think about what their future career path could look like and what service means today.
I'm super proud of Abigail. She's been an energizer in the national security policy community. I'm probably most excited to find out that she is joining the U.S. Army and has chosen to serve her country and to use her talents to help us stay safe. I want to see Abigail in the future as an Army leader and as an inspiration to other young Duke students on how you can lead and contribute.